Greetings. Welcome to the 2021 State of the University, the annual report on successes, challenges, and opportunities for the University of Texas at Dallas. As I do each year, I am delivering this presentation from the Edith O'Donnell Arts and Technology Lecture Hall. Last year, we embraced the opportunity to rethink the format of this event by offering video content in addition to the slides that I used during my address. This year, in keeping with our focus on protecting the health of our community, the State of the University is again being delivered as a recorded presentation. In keeping with tradition, you will also hear from the Speaker of the Faculty for the Academic Senate, Dr. Ravi Prakash, President of the Staff Advisory Council, Jennifer Klunk, President of Student Government, Ryan Short, and for the first time, the newly formed Graduate Student Assembly is participating, represented by its President, Kara Peak. My presentation includes a statistical snapshot of the university at the beginning of the new academic year, a review of our quantitative targets set forth in our strategic plan, and a look at what lies ahead for the future of UT Dallas. But first, I want to speak directly to our remarkable employees. Throughout the last 18 months, you have provided a reassuring continuity to our operations. You kept our buildings clean and our landscape beautiful. You prepared and served meals. You responded to our technology needs. You protected our campus, and you kept our students engaged and on track. While there was much that we did not know in March 2020 about the global pandemic we were all facing, we did know that it would have a major impact across our community, from our campus to our homes and beyond. In those first few months, the lines between personal and professional faded. The workdays flowed into evenings and weekdays into weekends. Our bywords became flexibility, creativity, and purpose. As a result, UT Dallas remained nimble, no small feat for an operation as complex as ours. You demonstrated understanding and compassion during not only the pandemic, but also the societal upheavals around some very important topics centered on diversity, equity, and inclusion. You knew that when life gets hard, our students are impacted, and you did your best to help them manage the challenges, whether it was to be sure that they had food and housing or giving them outlets to voice their concerns and anxieties. I know that this has not been easy work, but it has been important work. And in these 18 months, we have all learned something about ourselves and about each other. Most of all, we learned something about what it means to be a part of this community. My gratitude for your efforts is boundless. Thank you. You made possible the strong position in which we now find ourselves. We are well on our way to resuming the remarkable trajectory that propelled us into the ranks of the nation's premier research universities. The fact that we have achieved the goal to be one of the best public research institutions owes much to a singular figure in the university's history, Dr. Hobson Wildenthal, who for nearly 30 years devoted his time and efforts to achieving that goal. UT Dallas was forever changed because of his efforts. His leadership roles over the last 3 decades, especially as provost and interim president, had a primary focus to ensure that our university attracted students from across the country and around the world to study with top faculty at a modern and beautiful campus. Dr. Wildenthal was a transformational figure and a thoughtful colleague. He will be greatly missed, but his incredible legacy will extend for years to come. If you have not yet done so, I encourage you to read more about Dr. Wildenthal on our website. The outcome of many of Dr. Wildenthal's efforts can be seen in our rise in the national rankings. The 2022 U.S. News & World Report Best Colleges rankings place us among the top in the country for best quality, high value, low student debt, and ethnic diversity. We also saw significant gains in our undergraduate programs in business, computer science, and engineering. Our reputation and constant focus on our mission have contributed to good enrollment numbers at both the undergraduate and graduate levels, reversing last year's decline. Faculty recruitment continues to be a major focus for us as our student numbers increase. Our degree completion numbers have been steady, with improvements in both our 4-year and 6-year graduation rates, and both our research productivity and fundraising increased. Overall, I am pleased with our progress. Let's now take a general look at some of our strategic initiatives. The strategic plan is a living document, meaning that it needs to reflect changes in the environment and the organization. As such, the plan was revised as we adapted to 3 hugely consequential events: the greatest health crisis of the last 100 years, the greatest financial crisis of the last 90 years, and the greatest movement for social justice of the last 50 years. The most significant addition to the strategic plan is a dedicated section for diversity, equity, and inclusion. We gathered the DEI goals found throughout the original plan and added to them, creating a new focused theme. It is supported by initiatives that are applicable to every level of our organization and operations. I want to take a moment to affirm the university's commitment to a diversity of people, ideas, and perspectives. In support of these crucial principles, we have also welcomed a new vice president to the renamed Office of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, Dr. Yvette Pearson. The strategic plan also includes metrics to gauge our progress in meeting the university's aspirational goals. Those have now been updated to extend to academic year 2025. Some of the targets were increased, some decreased, and some kept the same. Not every initiative in the plan is easily quantified, but these 8 measurable goals are all indications that we are moving forward from academic year 2018, when the plan was first introduced. I also want to note that we are not too far off course at this point. As I mentioned earlier, we have responded to some enormous demands and have seen advancement in many categories. Please take a moment to view a separate video in which I discuss more fully our quantitative targets. We are entering this new year with a sense of optimism. Yet the COVID-19 pandemic continues to challenge us in our attempts to move into a future with a new set of norms. But even in this transitional period, there are opportunities for continuing transformation. The Texas State Legislature provided much-needed financial support, allowing us to recover some of the income lost during the past year and to offer a merit pool for our deserving employees. I want to commend our leadership team, faculty, and staff for taking steps to address the financial concerns we experienced in the previous year. If I were asked what is needed for ongoing success at UT Dallas, I would say that our future will be defined by our ability to adopt new practices where needed and to invest in programs that resonate with our students and in the community. There can be no doubt that our mission at UT Dallas and in higher education remains essential to restoring prosperity and advancing our society. Higher education has always been a catalyst for change. This is neither the first time nor will it be the last time that universities and colleges assume this vital role. An excellent example can be found from several centuries ago when a deadly plague in Europe marked the end of the Middle Ages and the beginning of something new, a Renaissance. In that particular time of transition, the universities of the day helped piece back the devastated economy and strengthen the damaged societies. I am confident that there are many opportunities ahead for UT Dallas to be a cornerstone in the ongoing recovery. With our shared commitment to our mission, we can and will continue to offer an education of the highest quality, provide a supportive environment, nurture diversity, and fill our beautiful campus with exciting enterprise. I invite you to review the State of the University slides that provide a more detailed look at our progress over the last year. Finally, let me close by thanking you once again for being a part of the success story that is UT Dallas.